Jon Jones has always been known to do some interesting stuff, and he decided he was retired. And it came as a shock to Dana White. It came as a shock to the UFC. Jon Jones had said yes to fighting Tom Aspinall and has apparently done the Jon Jones thing, and he's changed his mind and decided he's not going to fight Tom Aspinall. He's done with fighting altogether. And rather than do it the right way, Jon Jones chose to do it his way, which is a way that, of course, is disrespectful to the sport. It's disrespectful to Dana White. It's disrespectful to the UFC. It's disrespectful to Tom Aspinall. Because at the very least, as a competitor, you know what goes into preparing to compete. You know what's going on in the heavyweight division. And yet, Jon Jones does Jon Jones things. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment, let us know your thoughts. We are doing a live this Saturday night, International Fight Week, so do not miss it. We will be here for the duration of the main card, and maybe we might do the prelims as well, but definitely for the main card. So don't miss out on the live that we do on Saturday night. Live watch party. Appreciate you jumping on board. But Jon Jones does Jon Jones things. And let's start it off with some comments that have been made by heck people who have been supportive of Jon Jones and people who have been nice to Jon Jones and given Jon Jones all the ability to speak his mind and speak his truth, which we all know when you say speak your truth, that's a lie. But people that have allowed him to do so. And one of them is Ariel Helwani. I remember Ariel Helwani did a lengthy interview with him and gave him every opportunity to speak on his own behalf. And Ariel Helwani had some words for Jon Jones. Check it out. So here we go from Ariel Helwani right here.
The fact that the illustrious career of Jon Jones, the supposed greatest of all time, ends at a post-fight press conference in Baku, Azerbaijan, is a joke. Is an absolute joke. I'm sorry, but this is an absolute joke. Tom Aspinall is going to Las Vegas. At the very least, present him the title. At the very least, do something to make it up for this guy who has been sitting there watching his career just waste away for the past 7 months. Oh, by the way, his last fight was almost a year ago, 11 months. Do something. This is the way it happens. This is the way it happens. Something that could have happened at the post-fight press conference in New York. Jon Jones never wanted to take this fight. And anyone who tells you otherwise is not telling you the truth. As I've said time and again, Jon Jones asked for a lot of money. He asked for the number that everyone was talking about. He's asked for a lot of money. And as I said time and again, he deserved that money. He earned that money. After much negotiation, the UFC got him that money. Did they ask for help? That remains to be seen. But they got him the number. And Jon Jones said he was in. And then a couple of days later, he said he was out. And ever since then, the UFC has been trying to convince him to come back, to take the fight, one last fight. And he said no. Dana White guaranteed this fight would happen. He guaranteed it would happen as recently as a couple of weeks ago. It was already not a thing. The way in which this has been handled has not been great. And the fact that Tom Aspinall, at the very least, couldn't get some sort of, oh, here's the belt, here's the ceremony, here's your fight, here's your date, is shameful. The fact that the illustrious career of Jon Jones, the supposed greatest of all time, ends at a post-fight press conference in Baku, Azerbaijan, is a joke. Is an absolute joke. I'm sorry, but this is an absolute joke. Tom Aspinall is going to Las Vegas. At the very least.
Yeah, man, I just played that thing twice in a row. I guess I did. So obviously you hear Ariel Helwani is critical. But here's where it gets even, critical of the UFC. He's critical of everything involved here, clearly, including Jon Jones. Because Jon Jones never wanted this fight, and everyone knows it. He had no interest in fighting Tom Aspinall. He never did. Because he knows that Tom Aspinall is a wrecking ball. And the fact that now it turns out that Jon Jones has criminal charges. Apparently, he is going to be charged with some type of misdemeanor, or he was charged with a misdemeanor on June 17th, 2025, in New Mexico's Bernalillo County with a misdemeanor for leaving the scene of a car accident with no serious injuries or fatalities. The accident occurred February 24th of 2025, 4 months ago, when a woman found intoxicated and partially undressed in the vehicle was told Jones was the driver and fled on foot. Investigators report Jones returned her calls afterwards. During one phone call with police, he allegedly sounded intoxicated and made veiled threats. So here we go again. Jon Jones doing Jon Jones things, facing new criminal charge for leaving the scene. I mean, he has not learned as he's gotten older to do the right thing. It's just that simple. Now, let's see what this is. This looks like this is from Tom Aspinall.
Right, everyone, the news has broken. I'm sure everybody's seen it. UFC undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Moving forward, very, very important to me, just that I acknowledge everybody quickly who has supported me in this. I'm not going to say it was a tough time, but a bit of a challenging time over like the last kind of 10, 11 months that I have been inactive due to no fault of my own. But luckily, that is all behind us now. Massively appreciate the support from everybody. Massively appreciate the support going forward. I'm going to keep this thing as active as possible. I want to be the best heavyweight ever to walk the face of the earth. I'm going to defend this thing as many times as I possibly can. I'm going to keep you guys entertained. I'm going to really give back to everybody who has shown me support over the last year, over the last 5 years, over the last 10 years. Really appreciate the support and love from everybody. And we're going to see an active defending UFC heavyweight undisputed champion going forward. Thank you guys, and I'll speak to you soon.
So I do feel very bad. I mean, really for Tom Aspinall. I think it's a messed up situation that he's had to go through. You know, who was this guy supposed to actually fight in between while waiting? You know, the thought that he would have to defend an interim belt is utterly ridiculous. You can go look at the fighters that are there. There's no one worth defending this belt against right now. Literally nobody. So to sit here and ask the guy go fight somebody else, well, why? No one's done anything to earn that opportunity. If you think about it, you know, Cyril Gahn got gone by freaking by Jon Jones. And yeah, he did win a fight after against Alexander Volkov, for which I thought Volkov won the fight. He did beat Sergey Spivak, but you know, Volkov is ranked third. And I can't recall if Volkov has fought Aspinall yet. I'm just going, yeah, he lost. His last actual real loss was to Aspinall, and that was in 2022. I don't consider the fight that he had versus Gahn a loss. The division sucks. Sergey Pavlovich, he pieced him up. Curtis Blades just fought. Looked pretty pedestrian. Jalton Almeida lost to Curtis Blades. This division is trash. Realistically, there's no one to fight. I mean, you can fight a whole bunch of guys, but they're all a bunch of, I mean, realistically, unfortunately, I don't want to call them cans, but they are close to that level. The only fight I'm actually interested in seeing Tom Aspinall in right now is a fight against Volkov, and he's already beaten him. But Volkov is a much better fighter than he was 3-4 years ago to me, and 3 years ago. And I think he's worth that opportunity. But he just lost to Gahn, so Gahn is the next fight. Is that a fight that excites you? Not one bit. It doesn't. I don't think it excites anybody. But then you get the Jon Jones stuff once again, where Jon Jones has to give his commentary or thoughts or whatever the hell you want to call it from Jon Jones, because everything Jon Jones does for the most part is rather irritating. There's not a whole lot that Jon Jones doesn't do or hasn't done that doesn't kind of know, like really, claw at you and make you feel like this guy is just, he does this on purpose. But let's take a look at what Jon Jones had to say here. So Jon Jones goes off on X and he targets Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen. And this is what Jon Jones once again had to say. And this is the type of dude that this guy is. And he's just very, I don't know what it is, man. You got the world at your fingertips, but man, you come across like a big ass baby, bro. And it's weird, man. I've never. There's a certain, just from outside looking in, man. There's a certain discomfort, maybe an uneasiness in his own skin, and as amazing as of a fighter as he is, there's a certain, he still doesn't feel validated. He still doesn't feel validated, and that's just weird to me. So here is Jon Jones now on X saying, "There's an interesting take. Shit, I'm 37 years old now. My body hurts everywhere. If I'm being honest, I can believe that. You've been fighting for a long time. You've also taken a lot of time off, but I can believe that. Why didn't you just say that after you fought Stipe Miocic then and retired right then and there? You had that option. No one forced you to keep this charade going on. So your body hurts everywhere if you're being honest. Funny how Tommy Boy talks zero shit to the studs of his generation, barely even mentions their names. John, come on, dude. You know better. You're a smart dude. I mean, you make a lot of really bad decisions, but you're not a dumb guy. Let's look at the rankings of that division. I just went over them pretty much. I just went over the rankings. Number 2 ranked, Cyril Gahn. You beat him like he was a doorknob. Okay. Number 3, Volkov. Tom Aspinall's already beaten him. Pavlovich. Tom Aspinall's already beaten him. Blades. Tom Aspinall's already beaten him. After that, Jailton Almeida will get absolutely destroyed by Tom Aspinall. He lost to Curtis Blades. Waldo Cortez Acosta. He's a decent fighter. He's not some great fighter. Marcin Tybura. Marcin Tybura is a good fighter. But let's not go crazy. He's lost a fight to Sergey Spivak just last year. He's won 2 fights since. But he's also lost already to Tom Aspinall via first round knockout. Sergey Spivak. That's another one. Let's look at Sergey Spivak. He just lost to Jailton Almeida. He's lost 2 of his last 3. Lost to Cyril Gahn. Has he fought Tom Aspinall yet? He lost to Tom Aspinall via first round knockout. Okay, Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is washed. He's not fighting. Man, Derek Lewis is washed out. I love Derek Lewis. He's a fun guy. But Derek Lewis is a washed out fighter, bro. Like, we can be real. He's the one guy that hasn't fought Tom Aspinall yet. But he doesn't deserve a shot against Tom Aspinall. Come on now. He's lost. I mean, he's 2-2 in his last 4, 2-3, 2-4, 2-4 in his last 6. He's ranked 10th. Now you're going to Tai Tuivasa, Shamil Gaziev, Mick Parkin, Taliesin Teixeira, Martin. I mean, this division is garbage, John. Don't sit here and say you haven't called out. Guys, who is there to call out? He's beaten all the good ones. I guess the only one he hasn't yet is Cyril Gahn, but that's coming. After that, who does this man have left to fight? The division is trash. I just find that to be completely disingenuous because he knows better. The only fight of interest to anybody at heavyweight is Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones. So he says, and remember, you can't strip a guy like me at this point. I give the belt up freely. Vini, Vidi, Vici. Duck boy over here winning and sticking one big fat FU to the haters at the same time. Quack, quack. And then says, how would you defeat Tom by not even giving him a chance? That's whack, bro. That's whack. You know, come on, dude. You got the best chance in the world when you were a young dude, and you didn't earn that chance. Like, we can be real. Jon Jones never earned his title shot. Seriously? He got the title shot because Rashad Evans got hurt, and he was a step-in. The reality was he shouldn't have even been the step-in at that point. He hadn't beaten anybody yet. Seriously? Let's go look back at his record and who the heck he had beaten back then, going back to that point. Let me find it. Who had he beaten at that point? He had beaten Stephen Bonner, Jake O'Brien. We had the Matt Hamill fight, Brandon Vera, Vladimir Mashishenko, and then he beat Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader was an undefeated young fighter, too. He wasn't a star. He wasn't a top guy, top 3 guy, top 5 guy. And then he gets Shogun. And look, he goes on this ridiculous run and beats everybody. More power to him. But his title shot, it wasn't an earned one. He was there, right place, right time. He says, no, honestly, I wish Tommy no ill will. He is no threat to me whatsoever. Yes, he was a threat to you. That's why you didn't want the fight, man. Just be real. He should start with trying to be the best heavyweight of all time. That goal would be plenty. My career is on a completely different planet. If we're being honest, I really don't hate on other fighters. I'm usually just respond to their envy. I call this photo rent free, kept the attention of an entire country while doing nothing at all. Jon Jones whooped both of y'all, but hey, why not team up on a podcast and gossip about his life? Meanwhile, he's out here making your annual salary in a week. Stay busy, boys. I remember like it was yesterday, 3 years since anyone saw me fight. The mass amount of critics. Jones looks so old now. He's too slow now. Gone is going to be too fast. Jones has never faced someone this big. He's never faced a kickboxer of this caliber. The French and the casuals were convinced Gane was the future of the heavyweight division. I showed up. I won. Then crickets. That's the problem with some young men. You think your last outcome is your legacy. That's why when many of you fall short, you can't find the strength to return. But here's the truth. Your legacy isn't your last move. Legacy is what no one can take from you. It's built over time, not defined by a single win or loss. If you're reading this, your legacy is far from over. We wake up each day with a chance to build, to add, to rise, to make yours beautiful. I spoke to the UFC a long time ago about what my future plans were. I haven't really worked out since my last fight in New York City. Honestly, I believe it's been in the UFC's best interest to keep presenting me as the company's champion, not Tom. Well, that's whatever. I've just been playing the role of the company man by doing nothing at all and holding the position. And truthfully, it's been incredibly lucrative. I've made more money off of Tom being the interim champion than Tom has himself. It sucks to see the rest of the division get slowed down like this, but that has nothing to do with me. I don't pull the strings. Yes, it does. See, that's where you're wrong. It does have to do with you because the reality of the division is that there is no division. The division is garbage, and the division isn't going anywhere. And the only fight in the division worth a damn was the fight between the two of y'all. You don't want that fight. We know you don't want that fight. And you can choose to retire, and that's your right. And if you made a whole lot of money in the last 11 months, then good for you, man. Good for you. But you lose a lot of respect from a lot of people. And obviously you don't care. That's not an important thing to you. But it would be to some people. Respect matters to some people. And at the end of the day, you've decided that you're going to take your ball and run and go home and not fight anymore. Then you know what? Don't show up again. And I hope the UFC turns down any other offers and from you to come for you to come back. I hope they do not offer you another fight. I hope they stop trying to convince you. Because the fact that you said you'd fight Francis Ngannou now just tells us how ridiculous this whole thing is. Because you never wanted to fight Francis Ngannou either. It's the reality. We know it. Cyril Gane was not a real threat to you. He was a freaking mental midget. He was a mental midget. Scared to death of being taken down, and that's because he knew that's what you were going to do. He was going to look for a takedown. You got your takedown, and if you wanted to fight him in a kickboxing match, you wouldn't have fared too well. But he was in over his head. We saw what was happening at light heavyweight. Guys were coming on and they were beating you. You were getting decision wins, but they were the ones winning those fights. Nonetheless, Jon Jones has had an epic career, the greatest career of all time. He's the greatest fighter of all time. There's no question about it. There's no even. But then again, people can argue, well, you pissed dirty a whole bunch of times. You've done a whole lot of weird, dirty shit off the freaking outside the cage as well. Nonetheless, Tom Aspinall is now the champion and Jon Jones has retired. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Let me know what you think, because what are your thoughts on what Jon Jones has done, how he's done it? It's not that he's retired. I don't care that he retired. Had he retired immediately after the Stipe Miocic fight, I'd be like, good luck to you. Don't even take the belt. Don't even take a belt. But the reality was you could have left the belt in the ring and moved on. But you chose to make a charade of it. But it is what it is. Not surprised. Dana White sometimes gets what he deserves because he made you important and he shouldn't have done so. But that's all I got. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know I'm a threat. Up and down.